Giant creatures may not look too scary in movies, but when it comes to real life, creatures that are too big in size are just a big no-no. Today, I have some giant creatures that'll make you double-take. From creatures that look like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie to mysterious beings hiding in the shadows, this video is bound to give you goosebumps. Let's get started. Number 1. Slender Man. For most people, a slender man is just a fictional creature. But what if I tell you that many times this weird tall creature has been caught on camera as well? I mean, humans are not normally that tall with those weird legs and arms, right? And these clips show exactly that. You can see those abnormally tall and thin figures appearing on the road, and at that moment, the cameras also act crazy. So does that mean Slender Man actually exists? If so, what if the next time you're driving alone, you end up meeting one? Number 2. The Hodag. The Hodag is a cool bit of American folklore. It's described as this big, scary critter that looks like a carnivore with bull horns and a row of hefty spines down its back. The legend goes that it springs to life from the ashes of cremated oxen, kind of embodying all the hardships those animals went through. Interestingly, as you can see, there's this recent video that popped up claiming to spot the Hodag way over in Australia. Of all places, that's a wild twist to the tale, don't you think? The first time the presence of this weird creature was reported in 1893, newspapers reported that the Hodag was discovered in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. According to the articles, this creature had a head of a frog, a grinning face that resembled an elephant, and short, thick legs with huge claws. Not just that, the creature was said to have a long tail with spears at its end. Now, while it all sounds absurd, there were people who went to capture the beast and said that they had to kill it using dynamite. But the question is, if they killed it, then what's this clip about? Number 3. Giant Spider. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie right in the heart of your city? Imagine looking up and seeing not just any spider, but a gigantic one climbing a skyscraper. That's exactly what this video shows. A big spider as big as the building itself, effortlessly scaling the facade. The video was released about 9 years ago, and the description gave no solid information about what in the world was happening. The title, however, said, "Alien spider creature caught on video in Russia climbing on building." Where in Russia? No one really knows. But there has been a long debate about whether it was a real creature or something fake. The sight of such a creature in an urban environment not only makes you go like what, but also sends a shiver down the spine of anyone who dares to dream that the world of superheroes might just overlap with our own. Number 4. Trolls. Trolls are mythical creatures, but in the Norwegian woods, it's believed that these terrifying giants dwelled for centuries. But if that's the case, what made humans believe that they no longer exist there? I mean, some of these clips out there make me want to believe that trolls are just too good at hiding and they still wander around the woods. It's believed that these trolls live in caves and rocks in the Norwegian woods, and it's rare to get them on camera. Many argue that the clips could be fake, but then again, some of them actually look pretty real. What do you think? Is there a chance these clips might be fake? Number 5. Stick Creature. This one was also recorded in Russia, and while at first it looks a lot like that alien spider, you can see how it actually matches the description of Slender Man more than anything. No actual information was shared about this happening, however. Many believe that this creature actually does roam around in Russia. Maybe Putin's secret pet? Who knows? The video was uploaded by an anonymous person about 11 years ago, and even today, many believe that the video was all truth, and there was, in fact, a weird creature crawling over tall buildings. But my question is, why did no one in those buildings notice it? I mean, they could have gotten a close-up footage too, right? Number 6. Giant Pacific Octopus. Octopuses are cool, yes, but the one in this video is insane. The octopus in questions is the giant Pacific octopus that holds the title of the largest octopus species in the world. They generally have an arm span of about 16 feet, but the record holder stretched a whopping 30 feet across, which is pretty massive. Giant Pacific octopuses are nocturnal hunters. They use their beaks to bite into prey like mollusks, crustaceans, and fish, injecting a paralyzing venom. After capturing their meal, they retreat to their dens to eat. Not just that, the skin contains special cells called chromatophores, which expand or contract to change color. When stressed, they turn pale, and when annoyed, they turn bright red. Predators such as sea lions, sea otters, and halibut pose a threat, but the giant Pacific octopus can defend itself by squirting ink and jetting away. This species has a slightly longer lifespan than other octopuses, living 3 to 5 years. Towards the end of their lives, they mate. The male octopuses die right after mating, while the female stays alive to take care of the eggs for months, and then it also dies shortly afterwards. Number 7. FJ lion's mane jellyfish. Okay, so this gut, while freediving in Jervis Inlet near the Chatterbox waterfall, had the experience of encountering a dozen or more lion's mane jellyfish. Diving underwater opens up a world of weird and wonderful translucent creatures, but the lion's mane stands out as one of the largest and most formidable jellyfish species. Known for reaching lengths up to 120 feet, these jellyfish are not only massive, but also dangerous due to the potent neurotoxins in their tentacle nematocysts. The lion's mane jellyfish thrives in the cold, boreal waters of the Arctic, the northern Atlantic, and the northern Pacific Oceans. This species mainly feeds on small fish, smaller jellyfish, zooplankton, and moon jellies. They are named for their striking orange and gold bell and tentacles, which resemble the color and texture of a lion's mane. Despite their grand size, they are almost entirely made up of water and have a surprisingly short lifespan of just 1 year. While they might look stunning from afar, this creature isn't really the one to play with. The sting is so nasty that humans can get severe swelling that needs to be treated properly. Even though it's venomous, human fatalities caused due to its sting have been very few. Yet still, I wouldn't want to be so close to this one. Number 8. Giant gorilla. Remember King Kong? Well, what if I tell you that there's actually one real-life gorilla subspecies that is massive in size and is considered the largest in the world right now? Meet this giant from the forests of Uganda. This mountain gorilla is nothing like a regular gorilla. The silverbacks can literally weigh over 200 kilograms, and this size is what keeps them safe from predators. As of now, there are less than 1,000 of these gorillas left. Imagine being left alone among them. They'll either adopt you as their own, or you may just be pronounced unalive. Number 9. Mastulele giant elephant. Mastulele was probably the largest tusker in Kruger National Park at present. Each of its tusks weighed well over 40 kilograms, and the elephant was named after the researcher Dr. Ian White. Apparently its name meant the quiet one, possibly because despite its massive size, this elephant was pretty calm. On the 15th of September 2017, the giant elephant was reported to have died. For a long time, no one had seen him, and that's when they started looking for him. And in the end, all they found was his carcass. He was pretty old at the time and had wounds due to a bullfight as well. So it's possible that something went wrong. Number 10. Giant blob. The deep sea never fails to amaze, right? Sometimes you stumble upon stuff that's so weird it just leaves you scratching your head. This mysterious and massive blob-like creature was discovered in Turkey when some divers stumbled upon it. No one was able to figure out what exactly it was, but a human really looked tiny by its side. Some believed that it was actually a massive squid mass, and it probably held thousands of eggs inside of it. What's even more interesting is that something similar to this was only seen once back in 2008, and it was about 70 to 80 feet large. Forbidden jelly, was it? Guess we'll never know. Number 11. 30 feet unknown creature. In 2013, on New Zealand's Bay of Plenty, a massive carcass was found. But the problem was, It was weirdly massive and didn't look like any known creature at all. As per the reports, the rotting carcass was about 30 feet long, and scientists across the world were surprised by it. It was truly unusual, with the massive tooth and weird shape of the head. When found, the creature was half buried in the sand, while its head was peeking out. Some scientists stated that it could have been an orca, but because it was badly decomposed, no one was able to give a proper answer. Hence, to date, it stays a mystery. Number 12. Massive deep-sea shark. Sharks are totally fascinating, right? But the deep-sea ones are actually much larger than you think. This video was recorded from inside a submarine. You can just see how big it is. One wrong move, and all the passengers could have become its dinner. It kind of just blows your mind.
There was a young male that went away.
And reminds you how wild nature really is. By the way, did you notice that eye roll? That gave me chills. I wonder how big that shark really was. Number 13. Giants of Monte Prama. Back in 1974 in Sardinia, on an island off the coast of Italy, a farmer was just doing his thing, tilling his fields in a place called Monte Prama, when he hit what he thought was a big rock. But it turned out to be something way cooler or creepier. As it turns out, it was the beginning of a bigger search, and the stone he had found was actually the head of a massive statue that would later become more like a map for many others to be found in the same area. Archaeologists learned of this and started digging around the area in the late 70s. What they found was wild. Over 5,000 fragments of these huge statues, including archers, warriors, and boxers, were found. These statues were at least 8 feet tall, raising questions about whether there was an actual race of giants that became the muses for these statues. And there's more. Around the island, there are giant tombs that are designed for giants. They're made from huge blocks of stone with a semi-hemispherical front and a tiny hole at the bottom where the skeletons would be placed. Over the years, there have been reports of giant skeletons like 9-footers being found. However, strangely enough, a lot of these finds have just vanished. It makes you wonder if there's something they're not telling us, right? Number 14. Giant alien. You might remember the movie 2012, where the world is depicted as coming to an end in dramatic fashion. This clip seems like it could be a scene straight out of that movie, where a family is desperately trying to escape an earthquake. However, there's an intriguing addition in this clip, an apparent alien figure visible on the mountain. While it doesn't appear very large in the video, the footage is taken from a distance, suggesting that in reality, the figure could be quite massive. I mean, it has to be at least 10 feet tall to look like a normal-sized human from that distance. The video was shot in Brazil and made rounds in the news because of how weird it was. The tall creatures later simply vanished from the hilltop. Many think that it was a prank and the video was fake. But if you look at it closely, it looks very real. I'm just wondering, what if they started chasing the one filming them? Number 15. Creature in River Thames. For years, people have believed that some massive creature lives inside the Thames River. And there have been several instances where people shared footage of this water giant. These clips are no different and are pretty convincing. I mean, the clips don't really look edited, right? The footage is brief, yet it distinctly shows a significant, fast-moving presence in the water. Interestingly, this isn't the first sighting. It's actually the third video that has surfaced showing this mysterious creature. Despite multiple sightings, the details of the creature, such as its head or body, remain unclear. Each clip only adds to the mystery, leaving viewers to speculate about its identity. Is it possible that there's an undiscovered creature inhabiting the Thames? The creature's considerable size and the force with which it moves through the water suggest it's something out of the ordinary. Number 16. Giant gator. An alligator on a golf course is the last thing anyone would ever expect to see. But these golfers had a once-in-a-lifetime experience when an alligator, that also a giant one, decided to take a stroll through the golf course. Luckily, He didn't seem hungry either. That's why he just simply ignored the humans and went on his way. But my sick mind would have loved to see a chase game here. I mean, alligators love to play too. Number 17, squid. Deep under the sea, about 1.5 miles down, a special video shows something weird. A strange-looking squid known as magnapina, or big fin squid. This video was taken by a remotely operated vehicle during a dive in the Gulf of Mexico on November 11th, 2007. It shows the squid hanging out just above the sea floor. Even though scientists have seen this type of squid a few times in different oceans, we still don't know a lot about them. This particular video is the first time such a massive magnapina has been seen near an oil development site. Magnapina squids are interesting because they are quite large. Adults can be between 5 and 23 feet long, and all their arms are the same length, which is different from other squids with a mix of short and long arms. Bruce Robertson, a marine biologist, explains that these squids might use their unique arms to help them find food on the ocean floor by dragging them along and picking up bits of food, much like you'd use your fingers to pick up crumbs from a table. Number 18. Big snake. In the video, it's clear that this is no ordinary snake. What you're seeing is a massive northern green anaconda, an extraordinary specimen that measures a staggering 26 feet in length and weighs about 440 pounds. Its head alone is as large as a human's, illustrating the immense size of this creature. This impressive anaconda was discovered by TV wildlife presenter Professor Freek Vonk, who found it during one of his expeditions. The snake's girth is as thick as a car tire, highlighting its powerful build and the formidable presence it holds within its natural habitat. Such a sighting is rare and offers a unique glimpse into the lives of one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the world. Not to mention, the discovery of this snake changed the assumptions about the largest snake ever found. The sheer size and scale of this anaconda are enough to catch anyone's attention and respect for these incredible creatures that roam the wild. Number 19. Massive titanoboa. The footage might be a bit fuzzy, but one thing is crystal clear. You're looking at a gigantic titanoboa. Yes, that's another gigantic snake that could literally swallow a whole human being. But here's the problem. This species of snakes was believed to have gone extinct long ago. It's said that these snakes were the largest to have existed on the face of the earth ever, ranging anywhere between 20 to 42 feet. These snakes were not only huge, but also incredibly strong, capable of overpowering and even consuming large prey, including humans, under the right circumstances. For the most part, it's believed that it was, in fact, a titanoboa. If I were to come across a snake like this, I'd try to stay as calm as possible and back away slowly without making sudden movements. Number 20. Sea monster. It's not the clearest picture, but if you squint a bit, you can see something stirring in the sea. So you decide to zoom in and wait to see what happens. Suddenly, the video freezes and there it is, a massive creature rising up from the depths, almost like it's straight out of a storybook. You're left wondering, is it some kind of legendary sea monster? Or maybe just a really, really big whale? And then out of nowhere, this creature defies all expectations by shooting up into the sky, almost touching the clouds, before splashing and diving back into the water with a huge splash. It's one of those moments that makes your heart skip a beat and leaves you with more questions than answers. After all, the ocean is full of surprises, right? Number 21. Bigfoot. There's a team of researchers who are making some big claims here. They're saying they've got this never-seen-before video of Bigfoot. But the video is super short and doesn't clearly show the Bigfoot. But then there are other people who have also claimed to have seen the massive creatures in the forests. Not to mention, this team also claims to have gotten the DNA of this creature. Bigfoot's always been this mysterious creature, and we have heard thousands of stories involving it. But looking at one like this, is just creepy and sends chills down one's spine. It just makes you wonder what else might be out there in the wild, right? Number 22, giant squid. Divers off the coast of Japan got a rare treat when they spotted a giant squid. It was interesting and a bit creepy because the squid was well over 2.5 meters long, gracefully swimming in the water. These squids are known to hang out in Japan's seas and sometimes wash up on shore, but seeing one alive in its natural habitat is pretty rare. Just think about being one of those divers and seeing such a majestic creature cruising through the ocean depths. My question is, how do they even get so big? It's nothing less than a massive alien floating around in the ocean. And these were all the massive creatures caught on camera all around the world. If you found these sightings as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next one to capture something like this on camera. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.